Hi everybody, it's Nika. So I've been trying to do a tutorial on my snowflake and my Christmas tree for some time now. It's just been so difficult to do it though in between my kids and life and my swaps and my projects. So I need a whole bunch of these snowflakes for a project that I'm working on right now, and I figure this would be the perfect time to make the tutorial. So let's get started on that. I'm using just regular paperweight paper. You can use cardstock if you want to, but because the snowflake is a rosette, I have a hard time doing the accordion fold on cardstock. It just doesn't come out looking as nice for me. So, but if you want to use cardstock, that's fine. My paper also is really shimmery. It's leftover from some of my wedding materials, and the snowflakes are really pretty. I figured that having the shimmer to it would just make it all that much more elegant for my project. So first I'm going to score it, and everybody has their own way of scoring it. This is my way of doing it, and I figure it helps with the rosette to fold it into that accordion. So I score it at every ½ inch first. Every ½ inch going this way. And I do this on an entire sheet of paper because I know I'm going to be making a whole bunch, and it's a lot easier for me to score one whole sheet and then cut it down to size rather than cutting down the sheet of paper to size and then trying to score each little individual strip. So this just makes it a lot faster and easier for me. So after I score every ½ inch on this side, I flip it over and then I score it at the ½ inch. And this just gives the scoring kind of that mountain valley, which makes it a whole lot easier to fold when you're getting down to the snowflake rosette folding part. So just doing every ½ inch, in between every ½ inch. I don't have a rosette die. I figure I can make my own. So one more. Whoops. It's getting caught. And there you go. So now you've got all these like mountain valley impression ready for it to fold. Just put my scoreboard away. And then I trim my snowflakes. My snowflakes, it can be any size. You can do your snowflakes any size you want. I just like this size because it's really perfect for like mini albums, something small, gifts, presents, tags like that. So I'm going to be cutting this at 1 inch. Really fast. So, and that will make one rosette. For my Christmas tree, what I did with the paper is instead of having it white, I just took like some homemade glimmer mist and I just sprayed the entire paper green. So this is like the strip that I used for the snowflake. And the bottom of the snowflake, this is about a 3-inch rosette. So instead of cutting the strip at 1 inch, I used 1½ inches. And then I just made it go smaller by 1/8 of an inch. So after 1½ inch strip, then I went down to 1 3/8, and then I just kept going down, and I just kept playing with it until I got the look that I wanted. And you just keep going down in size, and then you pile it all on top of each other, and it gives you this really cool tree. For the edge punch, for the snowflake and for the tree, I use this punch by EK Success. It's their small petal punch. I think that's what it's called. I don't have the name on this. But this one I got at TJ Maxx for like $3, or was it $4, something like that. But it was one of the punches that was available over there, and that like a bunch of people went crazy over like a month or two ago. So that's where I got this one. And just punch the edge. You can use any edge punch that you want. On some of the smaller ones, because this is so, the design on this one is so big, when it got closer to the smaller rosettes on the top of the Christmas tree, I just used a regular scallop punch, and then on these two I didn't even punch the edge at all. But you could if you have a small enough punch. I think I was just getting lazy at the end of that. So I'm just going to punch the edge. And this type of punch, it gives the nice, on the Snowflake, you see how it goes up and then down and then up. It's the whole scallop thing here that gives it that nice edge to the Snowflake, the variated edge. So let me just finish this. And one more. Okay. Just get rid of that. For the inner part of my snowflake, it's silver. I use a silver paper that I'll show you in a minute, but in order to kind of match that, I'm just using some Encore Ultimate Metallic ink in silver just to kind of edge the snowflake here with. And I do this before I fold it because it gets everything pretty evenly. So do that. Oh, I got ink in my hands. And then after that, you just fold it. And it's pretty easy doing the whole scoring back and forwards. It's just really easy to fold this. So just fold it. And there we go. And this part, I probably should have cut this before, but because it's an 11-inch sheet and you did this every 1/4 of an inch, the last one does not match up correctly with the first part, so I just cut off one strip like that. That way it matches up nicely. So there it is. And then you're going to need some glue. I use Glossy Accents or something strong like that. And you just glue the strip together in a circle. And it should match up really nicely. You just put one end under the other. Just hold it down. So while that is drying, I'll just put that aside. And you just make, for this one, just a whole bunch of rosettes. So for the snowflake, we'll do the inside part. What I used for the snowflake here is the Tim Holtz Winter Wonder die. I just used the snowflake on this. As you can see, it's pretty beat up. For these snowflakes, the ones that I did originally, I used chipboard for this, but it did not agree with my die. And so it didn't really ruin it. It just doesn't look so pretty. But that's okay. So after that, I used this really heavy cardstock. And I think it's like 120-pound weight cardstock, I think. But it's some pretty heavy cardstock. And so I used that instead. And I cut it from here. This is how it came out. And I also cut a snowflake from this. This is just, I'm just reusing some packaging. This came in like, I think this was for a stamp. And I store my stamps a different way. And so I just reusing the backing of that, and I cut a snowflake from that. And so after you do that, you cut the 2 snowflakes out. I paint this one, so let me get a mat here, so I don't ruin my pretty purple cutting mat. So I use just regular white glue. That's what I use. I use glue. I also have some glitter. This is the Dazzling Diamonds from Stampin' Up, but you can use any white glitter, anything that's like fine, really fine glitter. It looks best. And then I also used flock. This is just the white flock from Stampin' Up. I also used an acrylic paint. This is Pearl from Ranger. The pearl just makes it look really, really pretty. It's the pearl eye stuff, and it kind of matches the paper. So that's what I used for that. Let me see. What else did I use? Okay, that's all I can think of right now. So I'll just get my paintbrush, and for this one, I'll just use the glue. I put glue all over the clear one. So here is the clear one. Just put glue all over it. White glue works best with the glitter, I found. And I'm just going to dump a whole bunch of glitter. Sorry, I know it's white on white and you probably can't see it that great, but it's what I have on hand right now. So I just dump a whole bunch of glitter on it. And then take that out and set it aside to dry. Put the glitter back in. And glitter all over the place. For this snowflake, I used the pearl paint to paint it. I'm just going to take a bit here. Don't need a whole bunch. But to paint it so that it gives it, okay, I need more than that. Just to make it white. Paint. Okay. And while that is drying, put it on this, and I'm just going to sprinkle some glitter on it. I'm not going to dump the glitter on like I did with the clear one. I'm just going to sprinkle just a little bit on it, just to make it all glittery. And set that aside to dry also. Okay. So while those are drying, the very inside of this, I used a silver paper to make a snowflake, a really tiny snowflake. This is like, I don't know how big this is. This is about 3/4 of an inch, and it's by Fiskars. You can use any snowflake. For the ones that I did before, I had actually die cut it from one of the dies in a Cuttlebug die. And then I got this patch. Yay! And for the center of the snowflake, I used some rhinestones just to pretty it up some. So for the, oh, where did my snowflake go? So for the edges, I use these really, really tiny rhinestones that I found at Hobby Lobby. They come in a strip normally. I just cut it down to size. So you need 6 of these, and I just put it on the very, very tip end right there. Use tweezers. I don't like the regular craft tweezers that like the reverse grip, because that's just weird for me. So I have a pair of these tweezers for like my makeup and my beauty stuff, and I just bought a second one to use for my crafts because they are awesome. For the middle, I like to coordinate the rhinestone with whatever I'm using. So my project, I'm using it with some purple ribbon, so I want to put a really big purple rhinestone in the middle. And just use this from Hero Arts, one of the lavender gemstones, and I just stick it in the middle there. And I keep my rhinestones on a binder ring, and I put them all together, the ones that I'm using, because I use them a lot, and I just have them hanging on the side of my desk. So they're always within reach, and I know what colors I have. So that one is ready. You're also going to need a hot glue gun or some kind of glue to really stick these on. So I have that ready. for this one, I have one more step. I have some, whoops, not this one. Sorry, quick dry tacky glue. And I'm going to use the flock, just open my jar. And I'm just going to stick some glue on the very tip, just the really tip part. My glue will come out. There you go. I'm just going to dip that in the flocking. And it gives like another dimension to the project. Like, you know, it's been snowed on. I know it's a snowflake, but, you know, I thought it was nice. It looks cute. So I'm just going to glue that and then dump it in there and tap off the excess and let that dry. Whoops. Okay. It's a bad idea to try and hold it. There. So there you go. Get all messy. So back to the rosette. It should be dry now. I'll put these aside. So I'm going to use a 1/2 inch circle punch, and I'm just going to punch out 2 of these silver circles. It's getting messy over here. And then just put it into the rosette shape. It'll bend right into a circle. Whoops. Okay, there we go. And hot glue it. This is how I hot glue it. Unruly snowflake. Okay, so press it down for a couple of seconds. Whoops. Apparently not long enough. Of course it'd give me trouble while I'm filming. It's like... Anyways. So I do this side too. Hold that down. Squish it. Okay. So that one, on top of that one is the paper, the cardstock piece. I'm just going to glue that down. Right there in the middle. Then after that piece is the clear piece. You can see it's really different. It just gives another look to it. Uh-oh, my baby woke up. So here we go. And I don't line it up. I make it in between the empty spaces here. And then last is the little silver snowflake. And I also make that, I guess it kind of lines up with the one in the back, the cardstock piece. And there you go. Nice snowflake, and it'll coordinate with my ribbon. I'm using purple ribbon, so the rhinestone will coordinate with the rest of my project. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, just leave a comment, let me know, and I'll try my best to answer them. And I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!